What's happening, everyone? My name is Speedstreak. Welcome back to Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony. Now, as you may have seen for the last episode, we went into the Ultimate Anthropologist lab to see if the sword that we saw in the Ultimate Artist lab was confirmed to be from there, and we were right. It was from the sheath. Then Kokichi came in and told us that he forgot to get a white sheath, which was for the seance, aka the Caged Child seance. And he asked Shuichi to, attend the seance. And soon after that, after Kyo prepared the magic circle, Tenko volunteered to be the spirit reminder, I think, to be possessed, and told Himiko that she could talk to Angie and say goodbye to her. And soon, everything started to go well. I mean, the ceremony started off right, but then something went wrong. After we put the candles back up and took everything off, it was revealed that Tenko herself was killed. I mean, even Tenko herself, after she made amends with Himiko. And even Monokuma's back, and he was asked the question if there were two Blackens. He said that only Angie's killer gets to be, revealed first. First come, first serve. And now, here we are again. I mean, Tenko's murdered. Yeah, here we are now. The second murder. The victim is Tenko Kabashira, the ultimate Aikido master. The body was found in the middle empty room on the 4th floor. And after the time of death is approximately 11 a.m. 3 hours after. Has it really been 3 hours? After 8 a.m.? The only visible injury is a stab wound to the back of the neck? What? How did that happen? How did a stab wound to the back of the neck happen? Oh, sorry about that. A stab wound on her neck. Oh, a stab wound on her neck. The same as Angie's cause of death. That's weird. Yeah, it doesn't look like a coincidence. Maybe it's Angie's curse. Curse? Gosh, not again. Curse! Really? Really, Shui? Really, Kokichi? You had to bring it up in front of Kaito? Oh!
Hey!
Whoops! Sorry, Maki.
What? Curse?
Oh, poor Kaito.
Kaito, calm down.
Yeah!
No way there's a curse! Don't screw around!
You're the one who's screwing around. Did you want to die?
No. Oops! Okay. A dull sound reverberated through the room. Did she hit him? Oh yeah, she did.
Are you okay?
I hope so.
My bad.
My bad, Shuichi. I'm starting to feel bad, but for a different reason. Oh yeah, she hit him right in the mouth. I'm gonna get some fresh air, so I'll leave this to you and Makiro. Kaito left the room still a bit wobbly. Should we resume the investigation? Time is of the essence.
That's correct.
True. We haven't time to mourn Tenko's death, as our lives are at risk. That's true, but Angie and then Tenko. And I think earlier I was suspicious of Tenko. What? I'm sorry, Tenko.
How can this be?
It's all Gonta's fault. Gonta failed to protect friends again. Himiko? Tenko's death caught us all off guard. Everyone is panicking. I have to keep it together. I have to work harder. Because I'm a detective. Right. So we have to ask everyone around here. Oh.
Well,
It's too dark in here. We can't investigate even if we wanted to.
Got it.
Going to bring candles from other room to make this room bright, okay?
No.
No, that won't be necessary. Wait, are you gonna make yourself a light bulb, Keebo?
ah,
Yeah, that's not necessary at all. You too, Miu? Huh? Why?
listen up!
Show him, Keebo! Show him your new power! Also, she did modify him. I see.
His eyes lit up!
Whoa!
I, Miu, the gorgeous girl genius, have installed a new function in Keebo.
He has flashlight eyes.
Just leave it to me. I will become the guiding light that shines on you
Dude.
all.
Shine on, shine on! Shine on, you crazy fucking diamond!
Okay, Miu. Thank you. Whoa. Looks like the room definitely brightened up. I hope. Oh yeah, the room definitely brightened up a bit.
Oh, man.
Man, what a lame function. You should have made him like a transformer or something. I don't think that was lame. I think it's actually very helpful for us in this situation, Kokichi.
It's okay.
But it's bright now, so we should hurry and investigate.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. Keebo's flashlight function has been added to the truth ball extension of your monopad. Thank you, Keebo. And thank you, Miu. Okay, let's start with Smoogie. Wait. I said things that I Tenko look suspicious, and now this! I'm sorry, Tenko.
Stop it.
Cry later.
What?
Huh?
Because
Crying won't bring Tenko back, and if we don't investigate thoroughly, we'll die too.
Okay.
I need to find the truth and pin down the culprit for Tenko and all of us.
I guess.
You're right. Tenko would want us to figure out so she have no regrets. That'll be the best way to apologize. Right. Okay, so there's the white cloth. It's the white sheet we used for the seance. It was cute. It was placed on top of the cage. Keebo was the one who removed it.
Is this?
This cloth is pretty thick. It's similar to a window curtain, but it's completely opaque. And on the back, there's bloodstain on it, right around the middle of the sheet. Is there anything else on it? But no hole in the fabric. That's weird. Who could have done this? Which means Tenko wasn't stabbed through this cloth. I believe she was stabbed through the floorboards.
Okay.
She was stabbed while underneath the cloth. Right. White sheet's been added to the truth ball section of your monopad.
Well,
Do these floorboards seem a little unstable to you? They're tough to walk on. The floorboards aren't nailed down. They're just lying on top of cross pieces. That's what Gonta told me. That's probably the reason they're a little unstable. They've only been laid on top. That's why they're unstable. Well, the boards are fairly thick and sturdy. I can't imagine they come loose easily. Yeah.
is this?
But if someone wants to remove a floorboard, they could easily do so, right? What do you mean?
Okay.
Yes, I suppose. Okay, so let's see what everyone else says. Kokichi? Man, what a lame function. Should maybe like a transformer or something? Okay, he said the same thing. What about you, Miu? This investigation is over and shut. It's all thanks to me for giving Keebo his new function. And then, Kung Fu Killer is obviously one of these stupid jerks who decided to do this bullcrap seance in the first place. I don't think so.
No.
No, not necessarily. Huh? Seriously? The seance was clearly set to lure and kill her. It wasn't, Miu. How could someone who wasn't in the room kill her? I think from below the floorboards.
Could it be?
So you believe that Tenko was killed during the seance?
Fucking moron!
There is no other possibility, crap for brains. Gosh, you don't even know that! It's true that Tenko was alive before the seance began. This is the point of no return, Tenko. After this point, you mustn't speak. The next time you open your mouth, it will be Angie speaking through you. Understood. I will not say a word until the seance is over. Tenko answered Kyo, so at the point she was most certainly alive. But when the candles were lit, she had already been killed. That means she was killed in the dark. I'm positive. What time exactly was Tenko killed after the lights were blown out? Maybe an important point of this case. Well, 11 a.m. Why did this?
I knew it,
Kyo, I know the murder was pretty shocking.
but of course.
I am shocked about that as well. But why did the seance fail? Are you more worried about the seance than Tenko? We performed all the steps flawlessly. He seems more concerned by that than the murder.
Ah, yes.
Oh, if we performed the changed child again and summoned Tenko's spirit this time, I don't know if it would work.
This is stupid.
Cut the crap! Just tell me what happened during the seance. Both you and Shuichi were present, right? Did she get killed during the seance?
I see, yes.
True. It may be best to move past what happened to know why the seance failed.
Is that so?
Whatever, just hurry up. Okay. At the time, in order to begin the seance, we had Tenko, the spiritual medium. Okay, so medium. Position herself as a turtle within the magic circle, so her head touched the marker stone. Excuse me. Then Shuichi and Kokichi placed the cage over Tenko. And after that, I placed the white cloth over the cage. Then all four of us placed the wooden statue of the dog god atop the cage. Afterwards, we stood in the four corners of the room. Kokichi and Shuichi blew out the candles. Finally, we all sang the cage child song. The seance should have been complete, but... now that you mention it, I remember hearing a strange sound during the song. Right. I think, yeah, that was it. It is a mystery as well. I thought someone may have tripped, perhaps. That was a pretty loud sound for someone tripping. Perhaps Kyo knows something.
What do you mean?
And then what happened?
Yes.
And we called out to her, but no reply came. I had Shuichi and Kokichi relight the candles. Then we removed all the items from within the magic circle in opposite order. First, the four of us removed the dog statue. Next, I took off the white cloth. And then... Himiko ran over the cage, and the moment she lifted it... Tenko was gone. Then it sounds like Tenko was definitely... Then it sounds like Tenko was definitely killed during the seance.
No.
But would it not be difficult in such darkness? Besides, she was inside the cage, yes? Then when was she killed?
Well, that's...
Yes, that is a problem. Right.
I see, yes.
There is another problem. What do you mean, Kyo? And that is, why ever did the seance fail? I simply cannot figure it out. Perhaps someone moved from that corner? Did someone else speak in here?
What's the point?
Obviously, since this seance was clearly a sham. Maki was never one to pull her punches. Yeah, she did silence him. So, sound during seance has been added to the truth bullet section of your monopad. What about you, Gonta?
Why?
First Angie, then Tenko.
How can this be?
Gonta's so ashamed. Why Gonta no could protect friends? I'm really sorry, Gonta. What about you, Keebo?
Leave it to me.
I shall become the guiding light that shines on you all. I think I... Wait. Hole in the corner? What's that? There's a small opening in the corner of the room. It doesn't look big enough for a person to get through, but still.
Is this?
A hole? It looks like there's space under here too. Oh, hold on. I can see something below. It looks like something dropped down there. What? Did something drop down there?
Got a minute?
After we check everywhere else, why don't we go under the floor and see for ourselves?
Okay.
Right, let's do it. Hole in the corner's been added to the truth bullet section of your monopad. The candles. Candles hung on the walls. They're the only source of light in the room. There are no windows in this room, so without candles, it was pitch black. But how did the culprit kill Tenko in the complete darkness? Good question indeed. I don't know if I've talked to Maki yet. The floorboards have been like, okay.
Well,
Is this?
Actually, I think I already talked to her. Oh, I haven't looked at the dog statue yet. It's the wooden dog statue used in the seance. I believe it's called the Dog God. During the seance, this wooden statue was on top of the cage. It took 4 of us to remove it. This wooden statue is pretty heavy.
if I remember correctly,
Q said it was about 175 pounds. That's about the weight of 2 girls. What do you know about girls? Have you even touched a woman's... sorry about that. What?
I'm kidding.
I'm kidding. Anyway,
Is this?
if this heavy thing was on top of the cage, then Tenko wouldn't have been able to get out easily. Right.
okay.
Yeah, you're right about that. That didn't sound like you were kidding earlier. Yeah. Dog statue's been added to the truth bullet section of your monopad. Ruined magic circle. Ruined magic circle? Whoa! It's the magic circle Q drew on the floor. Well, at least it was. It's been completely stomped over. I suppose it was unavoidable.
Well,
Was this drawn with salt? Whenever I perform a seance, I always use salt. Are you feeling alright? You sound ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous? I perform many successful seances. Why, I even had spirits enter my butt.
I'm right already.
Shut up. I don't want to hear about your stupid delusions. Maki doesn't really beat around the bush. Kind of refreshing, actually.
But
In any case, with all these footprints, I can't make out the original circle.
So what?
We'll find out in Kyo's lab. It should be written in the Caged Dog Village document.
Hey,
Is that right, Kyo? Yeah. He seems depressed. I suppose that makes sense. Magic circle Kyo drew has been added to the truth bullet section of your monopad. Himiko. Himiko?
hey!
Himiko! Hey, Himiko! Be strong, Himiko!
wait.
Gonta, if you shake Himiko that much, she's gonna break! But she's not talking. It's like Himiko not even here.
Like I thought.
She must have been really shocked over Tenko. Let's leave her be for now. Okay. Himiko. Yeah, I guess we should take a look at Tenko's body right now. The iron cage. This is the cage used in the seance.
Is this?
It looks like to be around 3 feet high and 5 feet wide. It's pretty a large iron cage,
Okay.
big enough for a person to fit inside. Right. During the seance, Kokichi and I covered Tenko with the cage. You're supposed to remove it as well. But it was Himiko who rushed in and removed the cage first. Excuse me.
Hey,
Hey, look at this.
is this?
A bloodstain on the bottom of the cage. Probably Tenko's blood. Yeah?
That's true.
Yes, I imagine so. That spatter must have been made when she was killed.
What do you mean?
Which means Tenko was killed while she was inside the cage.
Okay.
I think you're right. Tenko went under the cage before the seance. But when the cage was lifted after the seance, she was already dead.
Then...
If she was stabbed right when the cage was lifted, that would explain this bloodstain, right? Huh? Perhaps she wasn't killed during the seance, but the exact moment the cage was lifted? That's a possibility. Iron cage has been added to the disposal section of your mana pad. That's weird. Marker stone. There's a rock next to Tenko's body. This must be. Please rest your forehead upon this stone. Excuse me. Marker I've placed here. It's just a stone I brought from the courtyard. Are you sure it'll work? Certainly. It's merely needed as a marker for a forehead to rest upon. Like this? Tenko had her forehead on this rock, hunched over. She had to make herself small to fit inside the cage. Marker stones been added to the truth below section of your mana pad. Tenko. Tenko's dead body. She took her last breath crouched over like this. According to the Monokuma file, her only injury is a stab wound to her neck. This wound was fatal. This must have caused instant death. I didn't hear her scream during the seance. Yeah. But wait. Understood. I will not say a word until the seance is over. Would Tenko really keep her mouth shut, despite the pain?
No.
Her death might have been instant, but she couldn't have gone too far before she bled out. Huh? What do you mean?
What's the point?
You were concerned about that, right?
Okay.
With the wound this deep, the victim is too shocked to do anything except die. You're speaking from experience?
That's obvious.
Of course. Quick deaths are my speciality. Well then, that makes sense.
By the way,
The real question is, what was she killed with? I don't see a murder weapon around. You're right. I don't see an obvious murder weapon. That could be a clue. Tenko's last move's been added to the truth below section of your mana pad. The crooked floorboard. This floorboard is loose. And it's the one right under Tenko.
why?
Why is this floorboard loose?
If I remember correctly,
It wasn't like this before. It must have come loose during the seance.
Why?
Why would it come loose during the seance?
but
A floorboard this thick and heavy wouldn't have come loose easily. Then someone must have loosened it on purpose. Loose floorboard has been added to the truth below section of your mana pad.
hey,
Maki, we finished investigating up here. Excuse me. Perhaps we should check under the floor.
By the way,
It seems pretty dark down there. What should we use for light?
that's true.
Let's bring a candle. Let's keep this light from up here. That should be fine.
okay.
Then I'll go get a candle. Remove that floorboard so we can go down.
Okay,
Got it. I pulled off some of the floorboards near the hole and took the candle from Maki. So, and thank you. Then carefully made our way through the hole and under the floor. What? This is a lot more spacious than I thought. You can move pretty easily on all fours.
okay.
Well, let's look around for clues. It'd look pretty stupid if we found no clues after walking around in this dusty place.
Okay.
Yeah. Who could have done this? Okay, there's the blood stain. Blood dripping from the gaps in the floorboards. Fresh blood. This is definitely Tenko's. Cut crosspiece? Look! Part of the crosspiece that supports the floorboard is cut off.
That's true.
It's near the loose floorboard, and the portion missing is about the same width too. And from what can I see of it,
That's true.
it wasn't broken off naturally. It was cut by someone. There should be saws in the warehouse, so they could have used that. The question is, why? Another crosspiece is supporting the floorboard, so it might not fall if this portion is missing.
Then...
So what purpose did this serve? The floorboard underneath Tenko's body is loose, and the crosspiece supporting it has been cut. If the culprit did all this, why? Good question. Dried blood. Dried blood? There's a blood stain on the ground underneath the loose floorboard. But that's pretty far from where Tenko's blood was dripping down. It's under the same floorboard, just at different ends. Why is there blood here? Another good question. Hey, the back of this floorboard has blood on it too. You're right. There's a little bit of blood on the underside of this floorboard.
What do you mean?
Did Tenko's blood spatter here when she got killed? I don't think so.
That's true.
I wonder. I can't really be sure yet.
Okay.
But these bloodstains here are completely dry. There must be some reason these particular stains are dry. Dried blood under the floor has been added to choose bullet section for your monopad. Loose floorboard has been added to choose bullet section for your monopad. What? A hole? I want to check over here. Bloody sickle. There's a sickle here, and there's blood all over it.
Okay.
The blood on the sickle is fresh. This is it. This is the murder weapon. This came from your research lab? Maki?
Huh?
It did? A sickle can be used to assassinate a target. It can be thrown without losing any lethality, and you can hide it under your clothes too. If she was attacked with this, she wouldn't stand a chance. The blade is about 66 inches.
That's right.
And since Tenko was in the cage, she wouldn't have been able to defend herself. No, she wouldn't. But even if this is our murder weapon, how did the culprit attack Tenko in the cage? The blade could fit through the gaps in the cage, but could it reach her neck?
That's true.
The cage is 3 feet high. If you were to stab it into it with a 6-inch blade, no, it wouldn't. Well, it would depend on Tenko's posture, but I don't think it's impossible. So her posture is the question.
Hey.
Hey, if the weapon is down here, the culprit must have thrown it away, right?
That's true.
Perhaps after killing Tenko, the culprit threw the sickle under the floor in the dark. Or it could have been under the floor the entire time. Either of those is possible. Sickle under the floor has been added to choose bullet section for your monopad. A hole. Some of the wood has been corroded and is broken off so you can see into the next room.
Hey.
This is the wall of the empty room, right? Look, looks like there's wood along the wall. This part has rotted away. It looks like natural rot. This hole wasn't made intentionally. But I can't get to the next room through here.
That's true.
If I remember correctly, the room next door is also empty, right? And the culprit could have gone from room to room by moving under here instead of using the hallway. That could be a vital clue.
No.
True, but it would have been difficult moving around under the floor. We did alright because we had a light. Without that, it'd be pitch black. That might make it impossible to move it around in there.
Nope.
Then they could have used a light, like we were doing right now.
Well.
True. They used a light to move around under the floor? Is that possible? I think we finished investigating here.
Is that alright?
Maki, you want to head back up? Glad you asked. I'm starting to get fed up with all this dust. Yeah. After Maki and I crawled out from under the floor, we put the floorboards back and returned to our investigation. Maki,
By the way,
we've only been investigating this room. You sure that's wise?
Huh?
Well, what do you mean?
because
If Angie and Tenko have different killers, then the black we need to vote for is
You're right.
the culprit for the first murder, the culprit who killed Angie. That's what Monokuma said.
then
So instead of investigating Tenko's death, Shouldn't we be investigating Angie's?
Okay,
Yes, of course.
but
But this is bigger than the killing game. For the sake of the two who died, I need to reveal the truth of both of their deaths. Well, I understand why you feel that way. But if you plan on investigating the other crime scene again, we should probably hurry. Right. Okay, so I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna pause right here because unfortunately it's all the time I have to take for this video. But yeah. I mean, Himiko was just trying to help make amends. As I stated earlier, Tenko was trying to make amends. So far we've investigated the entire seance room, and we've also discovered the weapon which killed Tenko. But we also need to investigate. I think we also need to investigate the other rooms as well as return to the scene of the crime. But yeah, Shuichi is determined to find the truth for both Tenko and Angie. So yeah, hopefully in the next episode we'll find everything else for the clues for both murders, and yeah, hopefully we'll figure out who killed both of them. So once again, this is gonna be all the time I have today, but don't go worry, we still have plenty of more Danganronpa V3 to look forward to more soon. So stay tuned for more. So thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to super smash that like button, leave a comment down below to see what you think about this video, and don't forget to share it around if you want to. And be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell to update for all the latest content. So once again, thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Speedstreak out.